heavy.
It's heavy?
Heavy.
I love your squash.
Can you do mine?
Thank you. Was this one heavy?
What should you
Yes.
This one is
Yours is heavy.
This is heavy.
Look at all those butternut squashes.
And this.
Hi guys, I'm Mama Berry Many, and this video is going to just kind of be what we're working on currently in like our high tunnel and around the farm and that type of stuff. I'm going to show you the harvest that we have and show you what we're harvesting and all that type of stuff. I want you guys to also understand, I want to just mention this real quick because I know that you're going to see a lot of things around our home and stuff using pallets, using old wood, and all that type of stuff, and a lot of people would not use that. A lot of people would say, okay, like that's junk, the wood's rotten, whatever. I understand that you guys might feel that way, but this is like a real homestead. Like, I do not have lots of money. My husband does not have lots of money. We are like homesteading, like using things that we have, using our scrap stuff. We're using natural materials as far as wood and like from trees from our property. And I think sometimes like on YouTube we get this false conception of what exactly homesteading looks like, because so many of these homesteaders, one, they're either doing things in a really small format and they don't need that much materials, or two, they've been doing it a while, or they're YouTubers first and they have money from YouTube because they have a good following at that point, and they're able to take that money and in turn put that into their farm. Or maybe they have side businesses where they're able to take the money from the side businesses or from their jobs to put into the farms. We do not. But I want to show you guys this because I think so many more people are like us, in the fact that we're reusing things. We're using things that a lot of people might see as junk. So that being said, yes, you're going to see some boards that are what everyone would consider junk. And I am going to use those until they decide that they're going to fall apart. And then I will eventually be able to replace things little by little. And that's how I do things, because I can't afford to go out and spend hundreds of whatever dollars to do new things. Okay, so I'm going to show you. We are going to harvest a lot, whatever's left. I'm not quite sure if it's a lot. I know that we are harvesting butternut squash. I need to do leeks, and I need to put my let's see, strawberries in the beds, and then garlics in beds, and then cover them over in the other garden. And I'll tell you how I'm transforming the garden over the other side for next year. So you can kind of see this here. I'm thinking that this is going to be our path here. And I might actually put some gravel here because this gets really, really wet. So I might put gravel in this path here. Eventually, I might have some new boards here, but for right now, I found all these boards, and I'm going to have this as a raised bed. I'm going to see, maybe somebody can cut this edge off for me, because I know I'm going to trip over that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of these logs down here. There's some right there, roots and stuff. All of these are going to go down in here, and then I'll fill this with seaweed and leaves, and then soil on top of that, and then this will be a raised bed over here. I don't know if you can tell by this, but inside of the high tunnel here, it gets really, really wet, and we have clay soil. It's really like, let me just show you this. This is, we just pulled the weed mat up, like literally I can't even like see, I can't even like dig. That's how clay it is. The kids, they like to dig up our soil and make pots. So I'm trying to just improve the soil each year more and more. And this is the plan for this coming year. I want to do the same over on this side here. I think I'm going to do the same. And the raised beds I'm actually able to plant in earlier than just in-ground beds. So what I'll have here is once I cut this part off, I will have like a 2-foot row, and then this row right here is actually going to be wider, but this will be, remember this is our hookler bed that we did before, so I need to put some more soil and stuff on top of that. But this is going to be from this right here, see that yellow line? And then I'm going to move that over to here so it's a wider bed, so I can have 2 things going that way. If I so desire, I could stagger things like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, along those areas. So yeah, this needs to get all dug out. These are my like ever-bearing type strawberries. I do not like those. As you can see, we're putting the other type of June bearings all over the place. I want to get these ever-bearings out, so if anyone is local and wants those, they may have those. And then the potatoes are still growing. The peppers are still growing. I still have a few things over there. I cut those, you saw me cut those leeks over there. Yeah, so that's what we're doing.
Retrace this way.
So all of the fruit trees here are all situated now. What we're working on out here is we're taking all of those June bearing strawberries that I want. The girls have been working on this, some of the kids and stuff have been working on this. So we're putting some of the June bearing strawberries from in the high tunnel and making beds out here because I really want a lot of strawberries. So, and it's also starting to get dark because of the trees that are here, with shadowing and shading and that type of stuff. So then we're just throwing some hay on there around the strawberries themselves. See? And I'm doing here as well. So then I'm taking and putting, or they're taking and putting this agribond just over the top. The main reason that we're doing that is so that the chickens are not like digging that up. So we're gonna have, let's see, I'm trying to like reconfigure this garden. So we're gonna have this bed with the strawberries and then hay. These two beds here, this one and this one, are going to get weeded, and then those are going to be garlic, but we haven't planted that yet. I'm pulling those apart during nap time today. These are all strawberries. I'm going to get my son out here to take all this stuff, these are the type of weeds we have, to weed eat all around that there, so it's flat, and then decide what we're gonna do with that type of stuff. So another bed with the strawberries, this agribond is gonna go on top there, and then this one here. So then I'm gonna have garlic in those 2 beds up front, and then these beds here are all gonna be garlic as well. So let me stand back a little bit. All of the like food forest type garden, this is like our tree type garden, all of that is going to be either garlic or strawberries for next year. And then we need to work on this that got away from us. This is our asparagus here. So this is from here all the way up there is all asparagus. So we need to weed all that out. We're gonna do that after I have my son come and weed eat it all. And while I was in the hospital, the birds decided to get the rest of those for me. Those were my elderberries. I want to, in the springtime, actually take some clippings off of this elderberry bush and make a bunch more throughout our property. So next year we will have just what's under the arches here to plant, and this is all grapes coming up and over. It's doing well, actually. let's see. Can you see up in there? So we got quite a bit of grapes. They're really like sour. I think what I'm gonna do, you can see this here, I'm gonna try to like pull it so it comes up over, and even though we don't have a trellis per se right here, that it would come up and over and there'd still be the pathway here. So let's see. And then we'd have this section over here. All of that is going to be planted next year just with annual crops. This is a bunch of comfrey. When he weed eats, I'm gonna have him weed eat this as well, and then we're gonna throw that to the sheep. I don't know if I ever did end up showing you guys that we finished the roof, but we finished the roof. Beautiful. So thankful before winter to have that roof done, because I know it wouldn't last another winter.